Are you tired of being poor? Do you wonder why you're not rich? The great secret is that it's not a matter of birth, but character. Welcome to Iron Zone Finance, the place you change your mindset towards money forever. Why am I not rich? Maybe you're someone who has asked this question of yourself, or you've heard someone else lamenting about the fact they're still working away in some 9-to-5 job that leaves them tired and exhausted. In an era of social media, it's easy to look at your feed and see pictures of gorgeous homes, exotic holidays, and people bragging about what they bought for themselves. The problems of social media aside, getting rich isn't something that just happens unless you were lucky enough to be born into money. People who get rich think differently from the rest of us. Today, we're going to go through 5 of the psychological reasons why you're not rich. It's not uncommon for someone to comment that someone who's rich got there because they were born into it. And this is not always untrue. Some people are lucky enough to receive massive family loans to start a business or put down a deposit on a house. But this isn't the reality for most people. In a study published by WealthX, 68% of people with a net worth of more than 30 million are classified as self-made. However, some might say that if someone inherits $1 million, it's relatively easy to turn it into 30 million over a lifetime just from stocks and shares. They're right. So, in a second study from Fidelity Investments, they investigated how many millionaires are self-made. They discovered that 88% of all millionaires are self-made, meaning that they didn't inherit their wealth. For many, this is a bitter pill to swallow, but it's the truth. So, if you're someone who thinks that you'll never get rich because your parents didn't give you the start you wanted, then you're probably right until you get rid of that mindset. Have you ever seen this quote before? Fake it until you make it. Nobody quite knows who said it originally. What we do know is that it's a recent quote, originating sometime in the early 1970s. Over time, it's been chopped and changed, but what it means is putting yourself in the mindset that you will become rich. Some call it the millionaire mindset, but it's just as relevant today as it was decades ago. Despite many having the tools to generate wealth, they don't. This behavior usually comes from feelings of anger, anxiety, or low self-esteem. Of course, a lot of people who self-sabotage don't come from a background where money was a factor. Maybe their families were poor, or they just grew up in a household where nobody ever talked about money. Either way, they never grew up with the mindset of growing their money and becoming rich. And that's why when you don't believe you can be rich, the chances are you won't be. Some believe that money is the key to happiness in whatever way you want to define it. Buy that new car, go on that holiday to Fiji, go out to the club and spend $500 on being the big man. Money is not happiness, money is a tool. But even though money can help you solve problems, it's no guarantee of happiness. Yet even today, so many people think that with money, all of their worries would melt away. According to a LendingTree survey, a shocking 33% of people said that money is likelier to make them happier than love. This is the trap that so many find themselves in. They believe they can buy something to make them happy, which is why they are also likely to waste their money on impulse purchases while racking up credit card debt. Get over the idea that money is your ticket to happiness because it will only lead you into debt. Social media is plastered with influencers sitting in front of mansions and cars costing 6 figures off the production line. It's easy to look at these people and feel envious as someone you follow sits down for yet another Michelin star dinner. When will it be your turn? The fact is that most of these people are liars. They are often using debt to finance these lifestyles, or they have good jobs and they are spending every penny every month. How many of these influencers do you know who have kept this up for 20 years? The answer should tell you what you need to know. You are seeing an idealized version of their lives. You see only what they want you to see. Since so many of us view wealth as the ultimate status symbol, millions across the world overspend to project a lifestyle they cannot truly afford. The true tragedy is that if they actually saved the money they wasted, they probably would be that much closer to being rich. It's no secret that the richer you are, the more opportunities will come along in your life. Someone who grew up in a deprived area may only acquire a few genuine opportunities during their lives. But opportunities require taking a leap of faith, and this goes against everything that our brain loves. In our minds, we love safety, security, and control. It's perfectly natural and goes all the way back to the earliest days of humanity. Our brain's natural affinity for self-preservation keeps us out of danger most of the time, but it can also stand in the way of taking the calculated risks that ultimately help us grow. People don't start businesses because what happens if it fails? People don't invest in the stock market because what if they lose all of their money? People don't change careers because what if it doesn't work and they can't get their original job back? All of these monologues are in your head. It's a result of your current mindset. And if you cannot push yourself outside of your comfort zone, then you will never be rich. So there we have it. If you have any comments, criticisms, or corrections, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.